Turn with me to the book of Exodus, chapter 25. We'll continue our study. Exodus, chapter 25, and it reads, And the Lord spake unto Moses. Well, first of all, let's ask that word of wisdom in Yeshua's precious name. Heavenly Father, open eyes and open ears. Exodus 25, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel that they bring me an offering of every man that giveth it willingly. With his heart you shall take my offering. And this is the offering which you shall take of them: gold and silver and brass and blue, purple, scarlet, fine linen, goat's hair, and ram skin dyed red, badger skin, and chittim wood, oil for the light, spices for the anointing oil, and for sweet incense, onyx stone, and stones to be set in the ephod in the breastplate. And let them make a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them. This is verse 9, according to all that I show thee, after the pattern of the tabernacle, and the pattern of all of the instruments thereof, even so shall you make it. And they shall make an ark of chittim wood, 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof, and 1 cubit and a half the breadth thereof, and 1 cubit and a half the height thereof. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold. Within and without shalt thou overlay it, and shall make it a crown of gold round about. And thou shalt cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them in the 4 corners thereof, and the 2 rings shall be in the one side of it, and 2 rings on the other side of it. And thou shalt make staves of chittim wood, and overlay them with gold. This is verse 14. And thou shalt put the staves into the rings of the sides of the ark, that the ark may be bore with them. The staves shall be in the rings of the ark, they shall not be taken from it. And thou shalt put in the ark the covenant which I give thee. And thou shalt make a mercy seat of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof, and 1 cubit and a half the breadth thereof. And thou shalt make 2 cherubims of gold, of beaten work shalt thou make them, in the 2 ends of the mercy seat. And make 1 cubit on the one end, and the other cherub. Let me try that again, verse 19. And make 1 cherubim on the one end, and the other cherubim on the other end. Even the mercy seat shall you make the cherubims on the 2 ends thereof. And the cherubims shall stretch forth their wings on high, covering the mercy seat with their wings, and their faces shall look one to another toward the mercy seat shall the faces of the cherubim be. And thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark, and in the ark thou shalt put the testimony that I shall give thee. And there I will make with thee, and I will commune. Verse 22. There I will meet with thee, and will commune with thee from above the mercy seat, from between the 2 cherubims, which are upon the ark of the testimony, of all things which I give thee in commandment unto the children of Israel. And thou shalt also make a table of chittim wood. 2 cubits shall be the length thereof, and 1 cubit the breadth thereof, and 1 cubit the height, 1 cubit and a half the height thereof. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, and make thereto a crown of gold round about. Verse 25, and thou shalt make unto it a border of a hand breadth round about, and thou shalt make a golden crown for the border thereof round about. Verse 26, and thou shalt make for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings in the 4 corners that are on the 4 feet thereof. Over against the border shall the rings be for places of the staves to bear the table. And thou shalt make the staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold, that the table may be bore with them. And thou shalt make the dishes thereof, and the spoons thereof, and covers thereof, and bowls thereof, to cover withal. Of pure gold shalt thou make them. And thou shalt set up on the table of showbread before me always. And thou shalt make a candlestick of pure gold, of beaten work shall the candle be made. His staff and his branches, his bowls and his knobs, and his flowers shall be of the same. And 6 branches shall come out of the sides of it, 3 branches of the candlestick out of the one side, and 3 branches of the candlestick out of the other side. 3 bowls made like unto almonds with a knob, and the flower in one branch, and 3 bowls made like almonds in the other branch, with a knob and flower. So in the 6 branches that come out of the candlestick, and in the candlestick shall be 4 bowls made like unto almonds, with their knobs and their flowers. And there shall be a knob under 2 branches of the same, a knob under 2 branches of the same, a knob under the 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches that proceed out of the candlestick. Their knobs and their branches shall be of the same. All it shall be beaten work of pure gold. Thou shalt make the lamps thereof, and they shall light the lamps thereof, that they may give light over against it. And the thongs thereof and the snuffers thereof shall be of pure gold. Of a talent of pure gold shall he make it, with all these vessels. And look that thou make them after their pattern, which was showed thee in the mount. Chapter 26. Moreover, thou shalt make the table of the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twined linen, and blue and purple and scarlet. With cherubims of cunning work shalt thou make them. Verse 2. The length of one curtain shall be 28 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits. And every one of the curtains shall have one measurement. The 5 curtains shall be coupled together, one to another, and the other 5 curtains shall be coupled one to another. Verse 4, and thou shalt make loops of purple upon the edge of the one curtain from verse 4. And thou shalt make loops of blue upon the edge of one curtain from the sledge to the coupling. And likewise shalt thou make in the uttermost edge of another curtain, in the coupling of the second. 50 loops shalt thou make in the one curtain, and 50 loops shalt thou make in the edge of the curtain, that is in the coupling of the second, that the loops may take hold one to another. And thou shalt make 50 thatches of gold, and couple the curtains together with the thatches, and it shall be one tabernacle. And thou shalt make curtains of goat's hair to be a covering upon the tabernacle. 11 curtains shalt thou make. The length of one curtain shall be 50 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits. And the 11 curtains shall be all of one measure. And thou shalt couple 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves, and shall double the 6 curtains in the forefront of the tabernacle. And thou shalt make 50 loops of the edge of one curtain, that is outmost in the coupling, and 50 loops of the edge of the curtain, which couple the second. And thou shalt make 50 thatchets of brass. Put the thatchets in the loops, and couple the tent together, that it may be one. And the remnant that remaineth of the curtains of the tent, the half curtain that remaineth, shall hang over the backside of the tabernacle, and a cubit and on the same side, and a cubit on the other side of that which remaineth in the length of the curtains of the tent. And it shall hang over the sides of the tabernacle on this side and on that side to cover it. And thou shalt make a covering for the tent of ram's skin dyed red, and a covering above the badger's skin. And thou shalt make boards for the tabernacle of chittim wood, standing up. 10 cubits shall be the length of a board, and a cubit and a half shall be the breadth of one board. Verse 17, the tenons shall there be in one board, set in order one against the other. Thus shalt thou make for all of the boards of the tabernacle. Verse 18, and thou shalt make the boards of the tabernacle 20 boards on the south side southward. And thou shalt make 50 sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under one board for his 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under the other board for his 2 tenons. For the second side of the tabernacle, on the north side, there shall be 20 boards, and their 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board and 2 sockets under the other board. And for the sides of the tabernacle westward thou shalt make 6 boards, and 2 boards shalt thou make for the corners of the tabernacle in the 2 sides, and they shall be coupled together beneath, and they shall be coupled together above the head of it unto one ring. Thus shall it be for them both. They shall be for 2 corners. And they shall be 8 boards, and their sockets of silver, 16 sockets, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. And thou shalt make bars of chittim wood, 5 for the boards of the one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards on the side of the tabernacle, for the 2 sides westward. And the middle bar in the midst of the bars shall reach from end to end. And thou shalt overlay the boards with gold, and make their rings of gold for places for the bars. And thou shalt overlay the bars with gold. And thou shalt rear up the tabernacle according to the fashion thereof, which was showed thee in the mount. And thou shalt make a vial of purple, and blue, and scarlet, and fine twined linen of cunning work. With cherubims shalt thou make it. And thou shalt hang it up 4 pillars of chittim wood, overlaid with gold. Their hooks shall be of gold, unto the 4 sockets of silver. And thou shalt hang up the vial under the thatchets, and thou mayest bring in thither within the veil the ark of the testimony, and the veil shall divide unto you between the holy place and the most holy. It's called the Holy of Holies. And thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark of the testimony in the midst of the holy place. And thou shalt set the tabernacle within the veil, and the candlestick over against the table on the side of the tabernacle toward the south. And thou shalt put the table on the north side. And thou shalt make a hanging for the door of the tent of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen, wrought with needlework. And thou shalt make the hanging of, and this is verse 37, and thou shalt make for the hanging 5 pillars of chittim wood, and overlay them with gold. And their hooks shall be of gold, and thou shalt cast 5 sockets of brass for them. Chapter 27. And thou shalt make an altar of chittim wood, 5 cubits long, 5 cubits broad. The altar shall be 4 square, and the height thereof shall be 3 cubits. And thou shalt make the horns of it upon the 4 corners thereof. His horns shall be of the same, and thou shalt overlay it with brass. And thou shalt make his pans to receive his ashes, and his shovels, and his basins, and his flesh hooks, and his fire pans. All of the vessels thereof shalt thou make of brass. And thou shalt make for it a grate of needlework of brass, and upon the net shalt thou make 4 brazen rings in the 4 corners thereof. And thou shalt put it under the compass of the altar beneath, that the net may be even to the midst of the altar. And thou shalt make staves for the altar, staves of chittim wood, and overlay them with brass. And the staves shall be put into the rings, and the staves shall be upon the 2 sides of the altar to bear it. Hollow with boards shalt thou make it, as it was showed thee in the mount, so shall they make it. 2 or 3 times he's told Moses, make sure you do it according to the pattern that I showed you. It's written in the New Testament that way also. And thou shalt make the court of the tabernacle for the south side, southward. There shall be hangings for the court of fine twined linen of 100 cubits long for one side. And the 20 pillars thereof, and their 20 sockets, shall be of brass. The hooks of the pillars shall be their fillets, shall be of silver. And likewise for the north side, the length there shall be hangings of 100 cubits long, and 20 pillars, and 20 sockets of brass, the hooks of the pillars, and their fillets of silver. And for the breadth of the court on the west side shall be hangings of 50 cubits, their pillars 10, and their sockets 10. And the breadth of the court of the east side, eastward, shall be 50 cubits. The hangings of the one side of the gate shall be 15 cubits. Their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. And on the other side shall be hangings 15 cubits, their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. And for the gates of the court shall be a hanging of 20 cubits of blue and purple and socket and fine twine linen, wrought with needlework, and their pillars shall be 4, and their sockets 4. And their pillars round about the court shall be fillet with silver, and their hooks shall be of silver, and their sockets of brass. The length of the court shall be 100 cubits, and the breadth 50 everywhere, and the height 5 cubits of fine twine linen, and their sockets of brass. All of the vessels of their tabernacle, in all of the service thereof, and in all of the pins thereof, and all of the pins of the court shall be of brass. And thou shalt command the children of Israel that they bring thee pure oil, olive, beaten for the light, to cause the lamp to burn always in the tabernacle of the congregation without the veil, which is before the testimony. Aaron and his sons shall order it from evening to morning before the Lord. It shall be a statute forever unto their generations on behalf of the children of Israel. We'll go with chapter 28. And take thou unto thee Aaron thy brother and his sons with him from among the children of Israel, that they may minister unto me in their priest office, even Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, Aaron's son. And thou shalt make holy garments for Aaron thy brother, for glory and for beauty. And thou shalt speak unto all that are wise-hearted, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, that they make Aaron's garment, to consecrate him, that he may minister unto me in the priest office. And these are the garments which they shall make: a breastplate, and an ephod, and a robe, and a broidered coat, a mitre, a girdle. And they shall make holy garments for Aaron thy brother and his son, that he may minister unto me in the priest office. And they shall take gold, and blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine linen. And they shall make the ephod of gold, of blue, and of purple, of scarlet, and of fine twined linen, with cunning work. This is chapter 28 and verse 7. It shall have the 2 shoulder pieces thereof joined at the 2 edges thereof, and so it shall be joined together. And the curious girdle of the ephod, which is upon it, shall be of the same according to the work thereof, even of gold, of purple, of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen. Verse 9, thou shalt take 2 onyx stones and grave on them the names of the children of Israel, 6 of their names on one stone, and the other 6 names on the rest of the other stone, according to their birth. With the work of an engraver in stone, like the engraver of a signet, shalt thou engrave the 2 stones with the names of the children of Israel, that thou shalt make them to be set in ouches of gold. Verse 12, and thou shalt put the 2 stones upon the shoulder of the ephod for stones of memorial unto the children of Israel. And Aaron shall bear their names before the Lord upon his 2 shoulders for a memorial. And thou shalt make ouches of gold, and 2 chains of pure gold at the end of wrought gold shalt thou make them, and fasten the withered chains to the ouches. And thou shalt make the breastplate of judgment with cunning work after the work of the ephod. Thou shalt make it of gold, of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, and of fine twined linen shalt thou make it. 4 square it shall be, 4 square it shall be, being doubled. A span shall be the length thereof, and a span shall be the breadth thereof. And thou shalt set in it settings of stone, even 4 rows of stones. The first row shall be sardius, and topaz, and carbuncle. This shall be the first row. And the second row shall be an emerald, and a sapphire, and a diamond. And the third row, a ligure, an agate, and an amethyst. And the fourth row, a beryl, and an onyx, and a jasper. They shall be set in gold in their enclosings. And the stones shall be with the names of the children of Israel, 12 according to their names, like the engravings of the signet. Each one with his name shall they be, according to the 12 tribes. And thou shalt make upon the breastplate chains at the end of the wroughten work of pure gold. Verse 23, and thou shalt make upon the breastplate 2 rings of gold, and thou shalt put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastplate, and thou shalt put the 2 wroughten chains of gold in the 2 rings which are at the end of the breastplate. And the other 2 ends of the 2 wrought chains thou shalt fasten in the 2 ouches, and put them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod before it. Verse 26. And thou shalt make 2 rings of gold, and thou shalt put them upon the 2 ends of the breastplate, in the border thereof, which is in the side of the ephod inward. And the 2 other rings of gold thou shalt make, and shalt put them on the 2 sides of the ephod, underneath, toward the fore part thereof, over against the other complement thereof, and the curious girdle of the ephod. Verse 28, and thou shalt bind the breastplate by the rings thereof into the rings of the ephod, with the lace of blue, that it may be above the curious girdle of the ephod, and that the breastplate may be loosened from the ephod. And Aaron shall bear the name of the children of Israel in the breastplate of judgment upon his heart, when he goeth in into the holy place for a memorial before the Lord continually. And thou shalt put in the breastplate of judgment the Urim and the Thummim, and they shall be upon Aaron's heart when he goeth in before the Lord. And Aaron shall bear the judgment of the children of Israel upon his heart before the Lord continually. And thou shalt make the robe of the ephod all of blue. Verse 32. And thou shalt be, and there shall be a hole in the top of it, and in the midst thereof it shall have a binding of woven work round about the whole of it, as it were the whole of the habergeon, that it may be not rent. And beneath upon the hem of it thou shalt make pomegranates of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, round about the hem thereof, and bales of gold between them round about. And the golden bell of a pomegranate, a golden bell and a pomegranate upon the hem of the robe round about. And it shall be upon Aaron to minister, and his sound shall be heard when he goeth in into the holy place thereof before the Lord. Nope, that wasn't right. Let me try verse 35 again. And it shall be upon Aaron to minister, and his sound shall be heard when he goeth in into the holy place before the Lord, and when he cometh out, that he die not. Now, these bells was there because if the priest wasn't holy, God would strike him down. And they had a rope tied on him, and they just dragged his dead carcass out of there. Verse 36, and thou shalt make a plate of pure gold, and grave upon it, like the engravings of this signet, holiness to the Lord. And thou shalt put it on the and thou shalt put it on a blue lace, that it may be upon the mitre, upon the forefront of the mitre. It shall be. Verse 38, and it shall be upon Aaron's forehead, that Aaron may bear the iniquity of the holy things, which the children of Israel shall hallow in all of their holy gifts. And it shall be always upon the forehead, that they may be accepted before the Lord. And thou shalt embroider the coat of fine linen, and thou shalt make the mitre of fine linen, and thou shalt make the girdle of needlework. And for Aaron's son thou shalt make coats, and thou shalt make for them girdles and bonnets. Thou shalt make for them for glory and for beauty. And thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother, and his sons with him, and shall anoint them, and consecrate them, and sanctify them, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. And thou shalt make them linen breeches, to cover their nakedness, from the loins even unto the thighs they shall reach. And they shall be upon Aaron and upon his sons when they come into the tabernacle of the congregation, or when they come near unto the altar to minister to the holy place, that they bear not iniquity and die. It shall be a statute forever unto them, unto him and his seed after him. We'll leave it there for today. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. And like I said, I hope you got something out of it.